Hello, my name is Soleil and welcome to the channel. So today we're talking about DVDs, we're talking about movies, we're talking about cinema, and we're also primarily reorganizing my DVD shelf. So if you're new here, if you haven't seen my shelves before, I typically talk about my bookshelves. I'm now going to start talking about my DVD shelves as well, and just all of the crafting and other things I like to do. Today, let's stick to DVDs. So I have quite a DVD collection. It has always been my dream to have a major DVD collection. So if you've seen the movie The Holiday, which I was going to pull off of my shelves to show you, but this just goes to show that I really need to reorganize these shelves because I couldn't find it, and I know I own it somewhere. It's somewhere behind me. I cannot find it. So if you've seen the movie The Holiday, Cameron Diaz's like LA home in that movie has like this entire wall of DVDs, and the other character, what's her face, she goes in there and she like picks off a DVD off the shelf. So I've always had DVDs growing up and just like always loved that movie, and I always knew that one day I would want my own like a DVD collection so I could just pick a DVD off, which I have now, which is so exciting, and the collection is ever growing. I now have both of my DVD shelves completely filled. I'll probably have to get a new one eventually, but for today we're going to organize the collection that I do have. I know I have over 200 DVDs. I know that sounds like a lot and it is a lot. I don't know the exact number because I actually track what DVDs I do own on a list on my TV Time app, but I forgot to log like the last haul or so that I did, so it's not completely accurate. So now when I go buy DVDs, I've accidentally got double copies because my list isn't up to date on my phone, so I need to update that as well. But for the time being, we are going to organize these shelves. So I do have a system. I've already taken some off of the shelves. I'm already starting to reorganize them. We'll get into that in a minute. But I have a couple different categories that I organize my DVDs into. So there's like a couple main ones, and then there's subcategories, and it is based on genre mainly. So I have like the comedies, the romantic comedies, the action movies, and then I also have ones that are more like period dramas. Then I have childhood favorites, which also includes like a lot of animation movies as well. Then I have subcategories within action in which I break up the series. So I have all of my Mission Impossible movies, my Jason Bourne movies, my Pirates of the Caribbean movies. There's more. The Mummy, all of those like series are together in that. Then I also have movies that are about time travel, time loops, all of that, stuck in time, any of those types of movies, those are all together. And then I have one like little section that I just think is funny, which is the ones that are, if they either have like a time period like in the name of the movie, like 2012 and 1917. So I put those all together, and then like I added Ice Age in there because I thought it was really funny. We'll talk about that later. Then I have, of course, like my Star Wars, Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, all of those kind of in their own separate sets, as well as my James Bond movies. And then I have all of my TV shows. So a lot of my box sets are in like my taller shelf here to the side. Most of those box sets are TV series. Some of them are like box sets of film series. Oh, I also have classics. So the classics are anything that's like older than 50 years maybe is kind of like more of the classics. But then I also have like a subcategory of 80s, 90s classics, so classic 90s films. Most of them are more like around the 80s though. So that is the general breakdown. Now let's go ahead and organize these shelves. So in my previous home, which is when they were all organized before I moved, I mostly had all of the like comedies, more like lighthearted films on the top, and then more of the drama, action-packed, more intense films on the bottom of these two shelves. I am gonna stick with that. It's actually kind of funny because it almost looks color-coded, just because a lot of comedies have lighter colors and a lot of dramas have darker colors, but it's not color-coded, it's by genre. So let's go ahead and organize these shelves.
We stand on the opposite shore. Hello, Ramona. I reach through mysterious ceilings, my only hope. I look for the things I don't know. I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honest, honestly don't. I should be the last to know. We're all in this. I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honest, honestly don't. I should be the last to know.
Okay, let's do a quick little breakdown of the categories I've organized them in. I'm going to be doing some more finessing when I'm putting them on the shelves, but this at least keeps them all sorted before we jump into that. So, this giant skyscraper right here, these are the rom-coms, of course. Then over here, we have more of like, these are hard to define because sometimes they're like drama comedies, they're dramedies, sometimes they're a little bit more like just like classic films, but not like classics. There's like a whole wide range, like Wes Anderson, Pitch Perfect, Burlesque, Father of the Bride, Superbad. Like they're mostly all like kind of like comedies with some dramedies in there, like Sunshine Cleaning. Like it's kind of, these are kind of like a mix that I'm going to pencil in later. Then over here we have more of like the period dramas. Here we have the like series within the action films. Here's where we have all Star Wars, James Bond, Spider-Man, X-Men, Marvel, those go here, Indiana Jones. Then here we have more of like the classics to me. These are like my childhood films, my childhood classics. We've got Mamma Mia, we've got Yumi and Dupree, we've got Freaky Friday, Princess Diaries, more of that collection. Then over here we have a little stack of the time travel, time loop films. Here we have political films. Then we've got like actual classics like Audrey Hepburn and Funny Face, like Say Anything, Breakfast Club, those films. Back here we have a different stack of childhood films. These are a lot of like the animated films that I'm probably going to combine with these childhood films. Then over here, this stack, these are all of the other action films, action, drama, anything like that. And then lastly over here I have a little DVD stack that are like the single TV season DVDs. So all the box sets are already organized up in there, but these are just the individual seasons because sometimes I didn't get a box set. Also, I wanted to preface this and I forgot to say that almost every single one of these I have gotten from either a used DVD store, a thrift store, or primarily Goodwill, where all of them I got for 50 cents to $1. So that's almost all of them. Every once in a while you'll see one that I got from Amazon. Every once in a while Amazon will have like a DVD for $5. I have purchased maybe 3, I think. I don't think even 3. I can't even think of any off the top of my head. Let's just say 3 just to be safe, but I think maximum 3 at like the full original retail price of DVDs. I don't think it was even 3, but who's to say? Most of the box sets I was also able to get used. That's why you'll see certain seasons just completely missing because I haven't collected or found those yet, which I think it's a lot more fun to collect them over time. That's just my thought. But yeah, there were, I think I have 3 box sets I got on Amazon for Prime Day, which would be The Office, Parks and Rec. Maybe it was just 2. Maybe it was just 2. Yeah. Anyways, let's get to sorting these onto the bookshelf. Onto the DVD shelf, not the bookshelf. Hello? Oh.
Hello, Ramona. I mistook you for a dream. The engine glows, and I guess you always seem to know. Hello, Ramona. I push back the serious feeling. The end's unknown. To get back the life I used to know. I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honestly don't. I should be the last to know. We're all in this. I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honestly don't. I should be the last to know.
Okay, so I have all of my DVDs organized behind me. This took a little bit. So I am going to finesse a couple, but the basic gist of it is that I have all of my comedies, all of my romance movies on the top. I have all of my action dramas on the bottom. So let's run through it. Here we've got, starting off, all of the romances. Then we get a little bit more to like the childhood, like classic films that are close to my heart. And then we've got a little bit more like into the comedy zone and into like the family comedies. And then weaving into the classics back here. Then we just have kind of like the general like family drama movies. And then those lead into some classics, some historical ones, some historical fantasy period dramas, and then into like the World War movies. There's a whole section. Then we've got like the action, the dramas, and then that leads into this side where I have some of my more like action series. So over here we have The Mummy, Pirates of the Caribbean, Mission Impossible, National Treasure, Indiana Jones, Bourne, Jason Bourne, Batman, Back to the Future, the political movies, and then some Star Trek. Now over here, it's a little chaotic, but it makes sense. So I still have my box sets for Friends, Gilmore Girls, Parks and Rec, and at the top, and then I've got some James Bond, some Lord of the Rings, then I've got Planet Earth, Downton Abbey, Avatar, The Office box sets, then I have all the Star Wars, X-Men, and the Step Up series, because that's just what fit over there. Then I have all of the Marvel movies, including also like the classic Spider-Man movies. They're all housed in one at this point. Then I have some single season DVDs for TV series, and then I have like my childhood like animated films. So I clearly ran out of space because I have like a tiny stack of DVDs that didn't fit over there in the corner. That is like 8 DVDs or something. So I'm gonna have to figure that out at some point. I'm probably gonna need another shelf. Or I'm gonna have to sort some out, but I don't want to because these are my DVDs. So anyways, if you joined me for this one, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you own DVDs, if you think it's fun to have a DVD collection, or if you think it's ridiculous. I would love to talk about the reasons why I think having DVDs is so much fun, and I think it's really important to me and I love it. I'd love to talk about that in a different video. Let me know if you would be interested in hearing more about that. I have my own philosophy for DVDs and DVD collecting, and it's a whole thing, and I could talk about it for ages. So either way, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye!